All right, so what has creativity and delivering beauty got to do with me? All right, so what has creativity and delivering beauty, which is another way of thinking about creativity to the world, to upgrade the world, got to do with you, got to do with me? Well, when we're in our dharma, on purpose, and we're feeling it, feeling like we're connected, dialed into something larger than ourselves or something that we're involved in a process, a creative process that has us, you know, pulling on resources and agencies and brilliances and imagination and all those inner resources. When we're getting inspired and working with all those kinds of agencies and beautiful ways of being in the world, right, we're in that creative process. We're actually upgrading the world. We're actually that's another way of thinking about beauty, right? And beauty does change the world. It upgrades, changes, transforms, transfigures what how we travel in the world. Yeah. Does this make any sense? So the creative process, us being creative, us delivering beauty, us being on purpose with that. I mean, it is a deeper purpose. I had a long conversation with somebody yesterday about Dharma. Dharma is our creative uh, birthright. You know, it gives us the power to really walk with authority, our authenticity, our authority, and then we get to author our life. And when we do that, um, yeah, we can't help but feeling like we're dialed into something larger than ourselves. And what's larger than ourself? Well, beauty is larger than ourself. I mean, you don't have to have anything else larger than that, but it's definitely larger than the ego. And so, we need ego, we need beauty, we need to be in that dharma. We need to be in that river of creativity. Yeah. Why? Because that's our gift. That's our genius. Yeah. And I've said this before. So dharma ends up being a call. Do you remember Jack Kerouac wrote Dharma Bums? And then there was all this talk in the 60s, and the old hippies were talking about Dharma Bums. And I guess there's a lot of confusion about it. Dharma is supposed to be that you're on track. You're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a plumber, you're a mother, you're a father, you're a crow, making a lot of racket here this morning saying hi. Hi, guys. You see them? They're all in the seaweed here. Really intelligent blackbirds. Yeah, and they're feasting away. But yeah, that's what our job is every day, is to feast away with the stuff of life when it comes to us. Can we creatively meet that? If we're in our dharma, if we're accepting life as it comes to us, and then working with it to create something beautiful. I just bumped into somebody on my morning walk here, and they said that they were wearing this beautiful heart necklace. I comment on their beautiful chain and a heart on their on their neck, and said, "Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you for wearing that." And she said, or they said that, yeah, I've been wearing it ever since COVID, just because the main thing is that we, especially right now, we all need kindness. And I don't know about you guys, but that is another way of saying, I mean, it's absolutely true. But in my books, you can be kind if you're on purpose, if you're in your dharma, if you're doing your creativity, if you're delivering beauty, you have access to way more kindness. And so I'm mixing a whole bunch of things here this morning together, but I wanted to say that beauty is like that. It's like you hear a sound, and if you listen to that sound, like if you clash a couple of bells together, you can hear that ding. And that ding at the very end opens up the door of silence. So you're hearing the sound of the ding, diminishing returns, a couple of 3 seconds, maybe 5, maybe 10. But at the very end, that's the whole zenny thing about beauty, is that you then you hear silence, because now all of a sudden the sound is gone. And what remains is a doorway to that feeling of awe, of deep connection with the world, our interconnectivity, our interconnectedness door, which is what? It's nothing but aliveness, right? You feel that, oh my God, it must be God, we might say, or it must be the Zen moment, a Zen howl. It must be that we're just feeling like, oh, completely relaxed into the beauty that's here. And it's all of those things. Name it what you will. I just want you to see the carpet of seaweed. Speaking of abundance and beauty and joy, just look at this carpet of seaweed I'm walking on here this morning, and look at this. You see that? Oh, deep nourishment that's just being delivered every day. Well, at certain times of the year, right? And to walk on it, I mean, look, I get to walk on this. It feels like this is how they got the carpet idea, I think, originally. It's just walking on this. It's so mushy and gooey and gets between your toes and smelly and yummy. It's like mud. When was the last time you walked in some mud? Yeah. Well, I haven't walked in mud in a while, but I've certainly walked in seaweed when I get a chance. So yeah, kindness, beauty, showing up for those moments when like I was talking with somebody yesterday. Wow, this is really pungent smell this morning. You can smell that. It's like living on a farm almost. Well, I guess harvesting this seaweed would be probably what we did and the original people did in the old days. But yeah, harvesting the moment, harvesting that, this beauty in our life, that if we're one thing to be creating and being in that creative process, another thing to just notice and notice. And guess what? Notice the beauty around us. The doors open all day long, especially if you're kind. This beautiful smile I got this morning of kindness. I mean, it wasn't just, okay, I'm wearing it to be cool. It was, no, she was delivering kindness, and she happened to have a heart right around her, just on her neck there. It's just made my day. So I had to talk to you guys, had to say that out loud. So beauty and the creative process and the beauty door, and us participating in beauty, making beauty, delivering beauty, or in the old days, they call it making soul, is one thing, but just to experience it, everything, from the seaweed to the heart locket around somebody's neck, or the big smile on somebody's face. And to just extend that a little bit, like just hang out there a little bit longer so you experience beauty. Maybe I'm going to talk some more about that down the road. How do we let that in? And that is also the receiving, right? The giving and the receiving. We talked about the tides coming in and out, and that's just the rhythm of life, and the seasons coming and going, and the cycles, and it's the same with beauty. It's there, and then it's not. The sound is there of the bell, and then it's not. Right? There's a what do they say? There's the presence of aliveness, of beauty, of that call to just relax into it, and then there's the absence. Presence, absence, inner tide coming in, tide going out, sun coming up, sun going down, moon coming up. Whoa. Anyway, thinking about you guys. Ciao.